Just a quick reminder on Easter weekend that being a Christian is a lot more challenging than just believing that Jesus was crucified and resurrected. 3 specific scriptures point this out. In John 3:30, John says, "He must increase, I must decrease." That means I'm supposed to be doing something. In Greek, the word I is ego. And we're going to talk in a second about how to decrease the ego inside of us so that he, the Christ, increases inside of us. Matthew 10:38-39, Jesus in specific says that we must carry our own cross. And in doing so, we will lose our lives and find our lives. Okay? We're going to lose the ego life. We're going to lose the sense of physical self or the false self. And we're going to be born again in finding the spiritual self. That's what we have to do. We must carry a cross, not just him. And he's not referring to this physically. In John 6:63, he says the flesh counts for nothing. It is a spiritual resurrection that we all have to go through with him. And Paul in Galatians 5:24 says we must crucify the flesh with its passions and desires, okay? Again, we're not physically getting crucified, but the passions and desires that we have will be crucified. How can we look at that? Well, the ego inside of us tends to do things like be conceited, be provocative, and be envious. And Paul tells us, in order to be crucified, the flesh and the desires are crucified, we should not be conceited. We shouldn't be vain and proud. We actually shouldn't be thinking we're succeeding at anything. All credit goes to the Holy Spirit. Not being provocative, well, that's intentionally irritating and annoying other people. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be peacemakers. The ego loves to be provocative and intentionally annoy people. We should not be envious. We should be happy for others and what they have. We should be satisfied with what we have. These 3 things, conceited, provocative, and envious, to me, that's what social media largely is, especially Twitter, right? People are being conceited, provocative, and envious, and this is what the ego craves. That must decrease. In order for the Christ to show up inside of us, for the Christ to be resurrected inside of us, because we've carried our cross with him as well, we must decrease the ego inside of ourselves, and that is how we are crucified along with Christ.